before I dive in, I just want to call out that as I use the word disability today, that's inclusive of neurodiversity, sensory, physical mobility, developmental, mental health, and medical and other health conditions as well. With that being said, yes, coming from Meta here, Jennifer Martinez, sometimes with these events, I see everybody so like poised and confident. These presenters so great, and me being a person that is also neurodivergent, I'm like, wow, I wish I could be like that. I'm going to try my best. So I feel like we're an inclusive space amongst my people. So just give me a little bit of grace as I not try to blast through things and try to be a little bit poised as I can. So yes, our mission here at Meta is to bring the world really closer together. So we're moving beyond the 2D screens and our apps and into immersive experiences like virtual and augmented reality, as you see with the Oculus and the developments we have there. So really helping to create the next evolution of social technology. So we provide community to people with disabilities and are working to make the digital world a little bit more accessible. So to represent and build for people with disabilities, we must also reflect the disability community. And that is just inclusive of everybody as well. So a little bit of background about me. I've been in recruiting for over 6 years and the past 2 years with Meta as technical sourcer. Really, I'm just the beginning of the hiring process, actually going to find those people and have those initial engaging conversations about the roles that I'm working on and what we're looking for in those roles when I talk to candidates. So previously I've worked in talent acquisition for Google, AWS, and just focused in employment efforts for people with disabilities with other nonprofits, and specifically for military veterans with significant barriers to employment. Me being a veteran also myself. So yes, I'm an active member in a lot of groups that we have here available in Meta. Our Meta resource groups, or as they're commonly called, employee resource groups, neurodiversity at Vets and Allies, Latin disability, and also autism support, because I'm also a mom to a beautiful 6-year-old boy on the autism spectrum that was diagnosed when he was 18 months. So I'm always an advocate, trying to help other parents, giving them my thoughts and ideas. We just have this community that we've built to kind of share and just work together to try to make the best of our situations and helping our loved ones throughout this, and also ourselves getting some good resources. So moving on to more so our culture and values. So we understand that disability inclusion at work is more than about hiring people with disabilities, right? So we're a workplace that offers employees with disabilities, whether visible or invisible, an equal opportunity to succeed, to learn, to be compensated fairly, and to advance. So people with disabilities now represent 6.2% of our US workforce. This is up from, I believe, 3.4% from last year. So that's really great. And we also just recently received over the summer, just in July, I believe, the top score of 100 on the Disability Equality Index for having the honor of Best Place to Work for Disability Inclusion for 2022. So different ways that we approach inclusion is just by increasing representation, career development, fostering community and belonging, and then kind of our subsections of accountability and action and being an ally. So for those two, really, it's more so accountability and action is our own goals that we've set for ourselves as a company to meet our diversity inclusion, like bringing in folks from various diverse backgrounds, those from disabilities, and making sure that we're adhering to those that are laid out by our leadership on the way down. So that's a big part of recruiting too. Also being an ally. So I mentioned some of those Meta resource groups that you can not only join them as a member identifying in any one of those groups yourself, but you can also be an ally if you have a family member, a friend, or something you're just more curious about, you want to find out a little bit more about the neurodiverse community, you're welcome to join and get a little bit more insight. So we love to create that culture of inclusion and community and belonging for every one of our employees throughout.
Thank you so much, Jennifer. Apologies, y'all. I lost my mute button. But thank you so much for that great presentation and intro into Meta. Next up, we are going to hear about Expedia Group. So I'm going to turn the stage over to Dennis. Dennis, take it away.
Thanks, Meg. Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, everyone, depending on where in the world you're dialing in from. My name is Dennis Molinas, and I am the Director for Global Disability Inclusion at Expedia Group. I really enjoyed, by the way, all of the greetings in the chat. It's really nice to see from what part of the world everyone is participating in. So welcome and thanks for joining us. I am an Asian male with black hair and brown eyes. I am wearing a light blue collar shirt, and I'm joining you from Minneapolis, Minnesota in the United States. So what is Expedia Group? We are a global travel platform for consumer and small business travel. With over 20 travel sites, some of our brands include Vrbo, Expedia.com, and Hotels.com, to name a few. And I'd like to start by sharing what Expedia Group's mission is, and that is to empower all people to discover the world, to give them the tools to feel safe, welcome, and understood along their unique journeys. As the world's travel platform, we are guided by an inclusive purpose, which is to bring the world within reach, reflecting the diverse backgrounds and experiences of our employees, customers, partners, and communities. We're dedicated to creating an inclusive environment for everyone, regardless of race, ethnicity, color, national origin, age, disability, sexual orientation, gender identity, socioeconomic status or background, or physical appearance. We're united by our values and we celebrate our unique differences. So at Expedia Group, we unlock possibilities for travelers by knocking down the barriers to travel, making it easier, more enjoyable, more attainable, and more accessible. The travel industry has an opportunity to create more inclusive services for travelers with disabilities, and Expedia Group is uniquely positioned to leverage technology to improve the travel experience by reducing pain points and stressors. That's our mission, but what do we believe? Well, travel strengthens our connections and broadens our horizons, but there have been historic and physical barriers which often make travel difficult for many people. Making travel more accessible depends on ensuring that our products are inclusive and able to be used by people with the widest range of possibilities. In 2020, we signed the CEO Action for Diversity and Inclusion Pledge, where we committed to mobilize the travel industry to take steps to promote diversity and inclusion. So we know there's room for improvement in creating accessible and inclusive travel experiences for travelers with disabilities, and that these efforts will be an ongoing journey for Expedia Group. Our aim is constant improvement to be better than we were last year, and that's where you come in. We need people like you who will help us achieve our goals and fulfill on the mission I just shared. Expedia Group is a global company with websites in over 70 countries. We have over 1,200 openings in 36 countries across 19 global offices and remote locations. We are always on the lookout for talented individuals who share our values, will help contribute to our mission, and make travel accessible for everyone. We do believe very strongly that travel is a force for good, and we need you to make that happen. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Dennis, so much. That was excellent. Really loving that spotlight into Expedia. All right, next up, we are going to hear a little bit about Freddie Mac. Now they weren't unfortunately able to send a rep for us during this session. However, we have a video to play for you. So give me a second here to make sure I've got this working correctly for everybody.
Neurodiversity isn't a detriment, it's a difference.
It influences how we work,
How we focus,
how we think.
Okay, so it's a few differences.
But these differences allow us to see unique problems and find solutions others might overlook.
And we rarely miss a detail.
Oh, hey, did you get a new haircut?
Usually work related.
Looks professional.
Sometimes we get creative with how we organize.
but that helps us deliver great work.
Because we're all empowered to be great problem solvers.
We're able to create our own paths within our own comfort zones.
While we help make home possible.
because here we're able to write our own story.
Excellent. I want to say big thank you to the Freddie Mac team for putting that video together so we could use that for today's presentation. I actually had the honor of interviewing someone from the Freddie Mac team yesterday during our summit, and was really kind of amazed because I was not aware of, really what Freddie Mac does, or the various ways that they really do walk the walk when it comes to inclusion for disabilities and neurodiversity. So absolutely, really, really great to hear from them. Next up, we are going to talk to the NGA. So sorry, y'all.
Neurodiverse.
That's on me. Oh, there we go. So we're going to talk to the NGA. So I'm going to turn the floor over to Silka. Silka, what would you like to share with us about the National Geospatial-Intelligence Agency?
Hi, good morning, and thank you for having me. I'm Silke Groder, and I have been working for the National Intelligence Agency, the NGA, for 10 years, and I'm also a member of the Source Equity, Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, and Accessibility Council at NGA. And I want to emphasize or increase empathy for and understanding of people with different backgrounds. So we as NGA are a part of the intelligence community like CIA and NSA. And so if you come to us, you would become a federal employee, and we will tell you the benefits on the next slide. But right now, let's go. So our motto is know the earth, show the way, and understand the world, because we are the Geospatial Intelligence Agency. So anything related to what is the movements on Earth is what we are talking about. And our products are supporting the senior decision makers in the government. We support the war fighters and also human disasters and natural disaster relief efforts. We have in order to deliver the relevant and timely GeoInt, NGA has 4 strategic goals, which are listed below. But I want to emphasize the #1 goal that we have, which starts with investing in our people and developing the workforce. So we emphasize mission first, people first, people first, mission always. And can you go to the next slide, please? Our core values are here on the left-hand side. It's excellence, accountability, respect, teamwork, and honesty. And these, if you want to use a mnemonic device, if you go down the first letters, they spell Earth. So related to geospatial. And the benefits that we have are health insurance, paid time off, retirement benefits, training and education opportunities, and a work-life balance. And in order to deliver relevant, so we are looking for people who are good at pattern recognition. We are looking for data stewards. We are looking for mathematicians. We are looking for all kinds of people, editors, which you wouldn't assume we need editors, but we do. So we have, we are trying to build out our neurodiverse, the neurodiversity in our agency. We already have a good number of people who are neurodivergent in the agency, and we were part of we were leading the neurodivergent federal workforce pilot that was that we did with MITRE last year, and we did hire 3 out of the 4 people that were in that pilot. So we are very proud of, or we are proud to have those people in our workforce. And we would like to increase the workforce again with the neurodivergent employees. Thank you.
That is so great to hear, Silka. I also got to interview someone from the NGA yesterday, Mike Hales. And so it was really interesting to hear from him. You know, if you are curious at all about the initiative that the NGA put together, the internships they had going on, there's a whole bunch of really great information, but I absolutely recommend you check out the NGA's company page on powerfly.com. You can find links that'll give you information on all of these programs and these initiatives that they have going. So thank you, Silka, for sharing that. All right, up next, we are going to hear from Clarins Commerce. So, Laura, I'm going to turn the stage over to you. What would you like to share with our audience about Clarins?
Yeah, thanks so much, Meg. Hi, everyone. My name is Laura Esposito. I'm our Senior Manager of Talent Acquisition here at Clarins. I've been here for about 3 years and loving every minute. So a couple things to share with everyone about us and who we are. I'll start by saying that almost a year ago, we went through an acquisition process and acquired a company called Prize Logic. And so we are now one company under one umbrella, and we'll be going through more of a formal public rebranding over the next couple of months. So, our name and everything like that will be changing, as just a heads up for those that want to keep in touch with us and things like that. There will be some branding changes. So overall, who we are an e-commerce engagement company, and we have a few different arms of our business. We have kind of premium loyalty, B2B, we have direct to consumer, and we have pricing and promotions. So to give just a really quick overview, I'll start with our direct to consumer business. This is what Clarins was founded on, and this part of our business revolves around our owned and operated online shopping products. We have freeshipping.com, Shop Smarter, Live, Play, Go, and basically they're subscription products that our consumers subscribe to, and with that they have access to thousands of different retailers. And when shopping at these retailers through our products, they receive all sorts of kind of cash back opportunities, free shipping. So pretty dangerous if you love to shop, I'll say that. And next we have our premium loyalty, which is our B2B work. And essentially what we're doing here is working with different brands to build, implement, manage different premium loyalty products for these various brands. And basically what that is if you think about Amazon Prime, everybody's a Prime member these days. That's a great model of what a premium loyalty program is, and is therefore a great way to kind of showcase and exemplify what we do at Clarins and the types of programs that we're building for our clients and their brands. And then our last piece of business is pricing and promotions, different types of free loyalty opportunities. And this is everything that we're now able to include in our suite of offerings as a result of acquiring Prize Logic. So that's kind of an overview, everything that all of our products, all of our work across the entire business, everything that is necessary to build, manage, implement these products, it all comes from us. So it's pretty full service. We do everything from developing, coding, testing, releasing all of the products, all of the marketing efforts to get people to become members of our products, stay members, all of the data and analytics, testing and optimization, copy, creative, and even all of like the finance, the payments, working with our consumers, payment information, credit card processing. So in terms of job opportunities, we really are full gamut because we sort of need everything from IT, developers, QA, DevOps to finance, creative, accounting, client work, desktop support, really everything in between. So that's a little overview about us from a culture perspective, quickly to mention, we're really proud of the culture that we've put a lot of effort into at Clarins. We've been well recognized for it. We have won top workplaces for the past 9 years, and we're in the running for our 10th year, which is very exciting. We've won Boston's Best and Brightest. So we have a lot of kind of accolades to acknowledge the culture that we have worked to build, to be inclusive, dynamic, really caring about what our candidates care about, our employees care about, kind of always having our finger on the pulse. So it's very employee focused, very employee driven, and kind of everything that we do that's more business related or more kind of wellness, personally related, is all about kind of good business starts with good employees. So making sure that our employees have what they need to work in the best capacity that they can, to feel comfortable, to be themselves, to receive education, training, learning opportunities, so that they have a home at Clarins. They can, build from wherever they are, kind of upward in their career path if that's what they want to do. So that's a little about our culture. We have great benefits kind of listed here, remote opportunities, flexible work schedules, training and learning. We give all of our employees $1,000 a year that they can use towards any type of training or learning that they wish to, that's relevant to their job. All the standard health benefits, all of those things. So, great from a benefit standpoint. And something else I like to mention that I think this audience could appreciate, we have our diversity, equity, and inclusion ERG that is open to anybody and everybody at the company. Folks can kind of join our meetings just to join, to see what it's all about, see what we're doing, or people can commit in more of a leadership capacity. We do have 3 different committees within our ERG, education committee, community engagement, and Clarins engagement. So we have kind of different opportunities depending on the month and what's going on in the world. We really want to provide a safe place for our employees, and we do different events to recognize again different types of years, different types of diversities. So overall, our mission is to kind of create a culture that celebrates differences, welcomes all perspectives, champions individuality in and outside of the workplace, and we recognize that when unique identities, ideas, and backgrounds come together, there's nothing we can't accomplish. So that's kind of our overarching mission. And the last thing on this slide here is Clarins Cares. This is our charity initiative where we have an opportunity to give back on a monthly basis. That could be donating our time or donating our resources. So we kind of vary. We reach out to our employees to get a sense of what are different causes maybe that our employees care about that we as a company can contribute to in some capacity. So that's a little bit about us. Thanks, everyone.